Hi, everyone. Paul Dixon here, and with me is my co-host,
Dan.
I want to
don't
let
have
you
anything witty
introduce
this week.
yourself. I don't want witty. I just wanted your name.
I promise one of these days we'll get this down,
Oh,
or we won't.
Welcome to Film Vets. Yeah, so we're going to be talking today about some trailers. We're going to watch them, and we're going to react to them and give our thoughts. And hopefully Dan will have some witty comments then. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds great.
What's the first one we got, Dan?
The Knock at the Cabin Door.
Love it. Let's do it.
Are we gonna sing along?
Yes, of course!
I wanna put on my boogie shoes.
There is a woman carrying something that looks like a pick with a chain and a mallet head.
Your family has been chosen to make a horrible decision. If you fail to choose, the world will end.
I will say this right off the bat. The audio in the trailer sounds fantastic. The knocks on the door. I love Dave Bautista. I love the cast, Jonathan Groff, Rupert Everett. It's a great cast. I like the premise. Here's my issue right off the bat with anything Shyamalan does. He's hit or miss, and it's mostly miss whenever he makes something. A perfect example is Old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love Old as a premise. I love the idea of it. I love the setup and what it is supposed to be about. The execution that Shyamalan does, though, it makes me angry. It really does.
To be fair,
Um,
a lot of his premises are absolutely fascinating. And I will absolutely, 100% stand by that. His execution is awful.
So yeah, we haven't seen the movie, so we're not giving it a fair shake in that sense. But from the trailer itself, what's your thoughts?
Okay, so to begin with, the trailer, I will concede the trailer looks intriguing. It looks good, but from the limited amount of information that we have, looking good and content are going to be two completely different things. There were some things said towards the end of that trailer that it might be an indication. Do you remember Mark Wahlberg in, I think it was The Happening, where he's like, "What? No, 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 no!" Like,
No,
he is an amazing.
No.
He's an amazing actor, and you can only do so much when the execution is not done well, right? When the
Right.
writing is just not there. To me, Knock at the Cabin it has a slight trace element of that in there. Near the end, when he says you have a horrible choice ahead of you, and if you fail to choose whether you have option A or option B,
B.
and now the world's ending.
Oh, well, I did. Hey, I 50-50 chance,
Exactly, it's a coin flip. But no matter what, it's a choice, right? You're not failing to choose. You are making a right or wrong choice.
So I actually saw a movie with a very similar premise in that choice. Not anything world ending or anything like that. But
Sophie's Choice?
No. And I already know the ending. Whatever. It was The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which was Colin Farrell, Barry Keoghan, I think it was Nicole Kidman. I'm trying to remember, but very good movie, very disturbing film. And towards the end, there's a choice presented very similar to you have to pick between loved ones. I don't think it'll be anywhere as near engrossing as that was, unfortunately. I will say this: the reason a trailer exists is to get people interested in seeing a film, and I am interested because, again, Shyamalan is a hit or miss. He has hits. We can't deny that. Sixth Sense, Unbreakable is a classic. I even liked Glass, and I know some people
I did too. I liked Glass. Yes, Split was also, I think, very good.
I didn't like the end of Glass. I didn't like how that ended, but for the most part, that film
but
was
it gave you closure whether you liked it or not, and that's, I think, what I liked about it is you whether you like it or not. Here's the end.
It's like you go to your ex-girlfriend and you're like, you get closure, and it's something like, oh, you were an idiot. It's not what you want to hear, but you got closure.
Exactly. You wake up and you've urinated yourself, but you were drunk the whole time. It was just all a bad dream. That's pretty much what that was. So, anyways, are you ready for me to become unchained?
No. You need to back up. Was that something from your life that happened, or
no? No.
All right.
I have several.
It sounded
of those
a little
things.
too personal. No. You know, when you're in Pennsylvania and you're driving down the street and you hit a kid and you keep driving, it's like, Dan, it's a little too specific.
No, it's only specific when you have to move the tire jack to put the body in the trunk, and then you have to make sure you go 35.3 miles away to the creek. That's too specific.
The creek.
Oh
wow.
So
sorry,
anyway,
go ahead.
So the problems I have with this, and I'm glad that you brought up some of his better movies. I did want to concede that he's had some decent movies, Sixth Sense, Glass, Split, different things like that. I'll give you that. I watched Old, and the premise was interesting, much like the rest of his movies. Interesting. But it made me want to carve my eyeballs out with a used jockstrap. Now, with that being said, this is coming from the mind that has turned, and I'm going to come up with the top 4 villains that I can think of that he has created throughout his storytelling. Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Being Amish, trees, visiting grandma, and time. Those are 4 of his villains that he has created. And now he's turned knocking on a door
Visiting
into a villain. Like, I understand where he's trying to go.
Grandma's
Like 30
pretty
knocks on
creepy.
your door. Well, it depends on the grandma, I guess. I've had some give me cookies, and I've had others give me lectures. So
I just want to touch on that movie a little bit. It frustrated me very much, the fact that the lady just did not understand that it was the wrong parents. I know it's a spoiler.
I've never seen the movie.
It wasn't. It turned out to be these escaped crazy people who took over the house instead of their actual grandparents.
Ah, gotcha. So you would think that the kids would go, I've never seen you before in my life. So you know what? It's not.
Well, that was the idea. Was
good
the premise was they never met their grandparents and they go to this house, but the mother,
Okay.
they found a way to not have her ever see the grandparents or talk to them. And it was just like, that would never happen in real life. Like,
no. When you make the handoff, you are physically present. Like,
at the very
that's just
least.
not how that works.
But she was like at an airport or mobile or something, and still you want to talk to them and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" I don't know. It's just to leave your kids in the I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I didn't care for it, but to each their own.
I'll watch Knock at the Cabin, just to kind of see. And I'm interested in the cast. I think the cast is going to be great.
Oh yeah.
But then again, they had Mel Gibson for Signs, and at the time he was
Signs.
not as crazy. water. You just had to wait for it to rain.
I can see
The
that.
most common freaking event on the planet Earth. You just wait. He's in a cornfield. Clearly, just wait.
There is a theory, and I'm going to say it's a theory because it is. It's not canon for the film. But I kind of like this. Basically, they said they're not aliens. They're actually demons. And why that particular water harms them is because it's holy water in the priest's home. I don't think it's real. I think it's just an oversight of Shyamalan saying, well, water just kills them, whatever.
Okay, all right. Let's say for the sake of the argument that they're demons, right? Why do they get foiled by a door? Just pop up somewhere else.
Have you ever broken into a door?
Have you ever heard of the gates of hell? The same concept. It's push or pull.
Although, to be fair, vampires can't go through
lifts.
doors without invitation. Although vampires can't go through doors unless invited. That's a thing. That's a thing. Anyway.
But
so Shyamalan's a genius is what I'm saying. Shyamalan's a genius and you're an idiot if you think otherwise.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, everybody have a great evening.
Knock at the cabin. Dan loses. Flawless victory.
Okay. You know what? Whenever this is a terrible, terrible time, you're gonna wish that you were in the cast of Old, just sitting there getting older, getting dementia, so you could forget you ever watched it. I felt jealous. I felt jealous of the people that got old, forgot where they were, and died halfway through the movie of Old. Because I'm like, you don't have to watch this.
Oh, that's terrible. That's really funny, but it's terrible.
It was just so bad.
I came out of the theater with Tyler and Nadine, and I was like, I like the premise, didn't like the execution, and that goes for a lot of his films, unfortunately, as of late.
I just wish I was executed.
And The Last Airbender. I'm not even gonna.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Oh God!
I don't have anything around me to just
throw the computer. That's the end of the episode.
I threw my.
Yeah. I mean, look, he has a lot of goodwill, though. I will say this: he has a lot of great ideas. I really want to see him succeed. I want this movie to be good. Will it be?
He may have a lot of goodwill, but if you keep your eyes peeled, you can find a lot of his films at Goodwill too.
I think that's a good end to this this review of the trailer for non.
Yeah, thanks for coming and watching our trailer rage.
Let us know what you thought. Leave a comment and like and subscribe. We'll make more of these if you did like it.
Yeah, let us know if you if you hated Old too.
Let us know if you love The Last Airbender, The Adventures of Aang.
If anybody comes on here and says that, I'm gonna unsubscribe.
Thank you for your service.
It'll just
Dan.
be an empty chair. Yeah, thank you for your service, Paul.